How we doing, everyone, and welcome to Talking to Mod. Now, today's guest, to look at him, you think at the weekend he'd be on the terraces watching his beloved Millwall and having a tear-up, but how wrong you would be. In fact, I'm going to say it now, he's one of my favourite comedians at the moment. I would say that as well, because he's about fucking 6 foot and he looks like he would knock me out.
6'4".
6'4", there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, today's guest, Lenny Sherman. How are you, mate? All good?
Nice. Thanks for having us.
No, absolute pleasure, mate. Absolute pleasure. I tell you, I stumbled across your work on social media, of course, Instagram. I was just down that rabbit hole, and I saw one of your clips, and I think I commented saying how funny it was, and I think after that we followed each other. But then I went into a rabbit hole of just watching more and more of your work, and honestly, I think the missus is getting a little bit pissed off with it. It's like I've got an obsession with you, but you're my sort of style, mate. I think it's absolutely brilliant what you do.
Thank you.
Yes. How did that all come about? I mean, as I say to you, to look at you think, and this ain't me taking the piss, you think, no way does he do comedy. Like, he looks like a doorman, which I'm sure you've done it.
I used to be a bouncer, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then, how the sudden change?
I've been doing stand-up, got into that 15 years ago. It's 15 years ago. It was 15 years this year. And then I was doing improv as well, which led me into acting, and I just fell in love with it, following passion, and it's a laugh, just having fun doing that.
It's a buzz, isn't it? I tell you.
Yeah.
I've done I'm a magician, but when I'm doing it on stage, people laugh, which I don't understand because it's supposed to be serious.
I just spilt me.
Don't worry, listen, we'll chuck that in. We'll chuck that in, boy. But it's like I've done a few things like stand-up nights in Belfast, right? Yeah. There's one thing standing out there on your own. It's another thing standing out there and trying to make people laugh. Yeah. How hard is it?
When I first started, when you first start, you do like 5-minute open spots. So I started doing a comedy course. Quite a quick background. So I was going, me and my mates at Millwall, we was like having a mess about and that on this website, taking a piss out of people and like having a laugh and that. And then there's a geezer on there, because like Millwall's like a big draw. And he went, "Oh, you're funny, you should get into comedy." I said, "I wouldn't know where to start." He goes, "Just film you and your mates doing like with your camera phone. Camera phones just come out. Those are basic ones, not like now." So this is about like 16 years ago, I suppose. We filmed that. And it sort of blew up a bit on YouTube. We was doing some stuff. Then I thought, so I started reading books about how to write comedy. Then I went to do a course about how to write, like a sketch course. And then it come around, they blew it out. They said, "Oh, we didn't have enough people, so we put you on the next one." So I'm like, all right, I'm reading all these books how to write comedy and stuff. And then the next one come around and they blew it out again, so I went, "Just give me my money back." And I see the first course I could find was a stand-up comedy course. He said you do like, I think it was 6 weeks every Tuesday. That was down the Old Kent Road actually. And they said at the end you perform. I thought, there's no way I'm performing. I'll do the course, like learn how to write and then blow it. What are they going to do? You know what I mean? But then I've done the course and I was doing well, and I've done it as a mental challenge, and I've done really well on my first, like my showcase gig. And it was at Up the Creek actually, and the owner at the time, or the governor at the time, asked me to come back and do Best of the Best Newcomers Night, and I just done really well at the beginning and just got the bug. I thought, wow, and I just carried on from there. Got into something really positive, something that I really love doing, and I seem to be doing well at. And and it's sort of, then I carried on doing the stand up, got into improv, and then I started getting off with acting stuff and getting TV stuff. So I got myself an agent and that. And then, here we are.
Let's go back. Cast your mind back to the first time you were about to walk out on a stage, right? Yeah. One, what was going through your mind? Yeah. And then as soon as you're out there and you saw the crowd, how did you feel?
Sorry, to go back to your thing, you're right. What you're saying, you have to learn 5 minutes. Now I do like hour shows. I could do an hour show. Not a problem. Go on and... But then my brain, that muscle part of the brain wasn't developed. So I'm thinking, blimey, I've got to learn 5 minutes of material and I've got to make them laugh. So I was like shitting myself, obviously. But I didn't know this until after. When you do a showcase gig, they're very friendly. They want you to do well, which most comedy audiences do. But it was a massive adrenaline buzz, like adrenaline rush. So, and I kept on at that, you know.
The way I always do it is in my head, no matter what I'm doing, whenever I'm doing like my magic on tour of a band or doing my own solo show, get the first laugh in under a minute and then you're flying. You know, it's getting that first laugh and then you just build and build and build on top of that. Like Tetris.
Oh, yeah, with stand-up, I'll when I'm laughing straight away. Don't get the formalities out of the way and then, you're quicker. You want to, definitely. Stand-up, you're supposed to make them laugh. You get a bit more license as a magician, I suppose.
Yeah.
Or it depends on your style, but like, with stand-up, you want to get them laughing straight away. Our performer, I've got quite a high gag rate, like laughs per minute rate, they call it LPMs. So I'm quite bang, 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 and I purposely do that. Then other times I sort of draw it out a bit to change the pace and that. But genuinely, you want to have the audience laughing. That's sort of like a sign of a good comedian. My wife's got a high gag rate as well. Just thought I'd put that one in there. She don't. It's all right. She don't watch this, mate. She don't. Fucking. She has enough of me in the house. Fair. But as I said, it's so interesting because, as I said, when I first tried it, you know, it's totally different. You know, people. I was like, I'm a magician. They were like, just give stand up. You're naturally funny, and I'm like, I think with me, it's a nervous thing. So. Growing up, I used to watch people like the Two Ronnies, Only Fools and Horses, cult classics, Tommy Cooper, all that, Norman Wisdom. Yeah. They were people I used to absolutely adore and watch. Yeah. And when I go on the stage, I take little glimpses. Not, I've seen some people and they completely rip off what people do. But I take little glimpses and turn it into my own mould. Yeah. So for you growing up, what sort of people were you watching? I should imagine it's probably Only Fools and Horses. Only Fools and Horses, but I'll come from like an East End family, and it was like everyone and me and my mates would all have a laugh all the time anyway. A lot of characters about in them days. So it's quite a natural thing. I remember coming when I'd done it, so I was late doing it. I've only been doing it 16 years, so I'm thinking, why didn't I do this years ago? Because I'd sort of only really been in them circles. Then I come out of it and doing stand-up. I was in all sorts of different circles, people I've never mixed with before from different classes and, sexualities and that. So just a really like mixed range of people. And you see... So sort of like we took for granted, me and Mum always being in having a laugh sort of environment, because like Only Fools and Horses, which I loved, that was sort of modelled on, it was modelled on people from like South East London and like the East End and that, the old Cockney characters. So he was a copy, really. He weren't I remember I loved it when I was younger, sort of like the old characters, my dad's mates, that with all the rhyming slang and always like larking about and taking a piss and that. So that was a big influence, but I used to love watching. I like Chris Morris, stuff like that, a lot of his stuff, and Curb Your Enthusiasm, all that come around after. But we had good comedy. Yeah, like you say, the Two Ronnies. There was a lot of good comedy about. I couldn't even do it justice and remember it. Do you know what I mean? I remember as a youngster, I always vividly remember Friday nights. Watching Channel 4 with my mum. My dad would be like Sando on the settee. And I remember we watched stuff like Cheers and Whose Line Is It Anyway? And stuff like that. And all the good comedies from back there.
That's a flashback. Whose Line Is It Anyway? Oh, God, I remember.
There's a lot of other stuff as well. I can't remember. Yeah. But, So, just... Yeah.
The old stuff. You can't beat the old stuff for me. I mean, it's let's go back to Only Fools and Horses, right? That's something I've probably watched it God knows how many times. My favourite one's probably Jolly Boys Outing.
Is it?
Oh, I don't know what it is, but that's something I just keep watching. I know what's coming up. I still laugh.
I really liked. I used to, not so much now. Every now and then I go back, but I remember as a kid going to school, it'd be on, and we'd all be like reciting it, and doing act outs of the previous night's episode. I think the best series was. From about 3 up until they made them a bit longer. The earlier ones they made a bit longer were all right, and then it went down the pan a bit for me. But I think that it peaked around about, I can't remember, from about 3. I always remember it was Grandad's funeral.
Yeah.
But Grandad was great in it. The ones before that were good, but really at the peak when it was Grandad's funeral and like the Lowry Doors and all that season. I think it might have been 3, maybe 4. And yeah, it's just like unreal.
It's timeless, isn't it?
Even now, it still stands up.
That'll stand the test of time. It's like good music, you know. You're always going to listen to good music, and Only Fools and Horses. You can go back to that in another 20 years' time, and it still be funny.
Yeah,
he's performing in Belfast, David Jason. I think he's doing the Waterfront. He's doing like an audience, like an evening with.
Getting on there, isn't he?
Yeah, but fucking 95 quid a ticket, mate.
Oh, is it? That ain't bad actually.
Is it? Is it not? Maybe I'm a type fucker now, but I was looking at that going, I thought,
come in, get me one.
I thought, do you get an opportunity? Do you get a photo opportunity with him as well? Maybe I'm just tight as fuck, but or maybe because like in Belfast, to go and watch a gig and that is less, like you can go and watch Libertines and stuff like that for like 30, 40 quid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
come to my show, £11.25, I think it is.
And we'll be coming on to that in a minute, mate. Don't worry about that. We'll be plugging
Lenny
the fuck
Sherman,
out of it,
one
mate.
of the good guys.
Lovely geezer.
No, that's the name of the show. Lenny Sherman, one of the good guys.
No, but that was a reference to what you used to. Didn't you used to do
lovely geezer. Yeah, that's the Millwall thing. I
generally thought you were going to be impressed by that, but you just.
Sorry, yeah,
that's all right.
I didn't think you got my reference. That's why I said it.
Let's talk about obviously a big thing in comedy as well. Heckles. Yeah. Right now, I am going to be honest. If I was standing or if I was sitting in an audience watching you could tell me a knock joke. And I could have heard it 20 times, and I would laugh in fear that if I didn't, you'd throw a glass at me.
Oh, really?
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just the way you look. But
God,
I'm joking.
Is that why people laugh?
I'm only taking a piss, mate. I'm only taking. But it's like, let's talk about heckles. One, I can't imagine someone of your size would get many heckles. But two, if there is, have you had a really bad one?
Not particularly. Is it more? Yeah, I'm big and scary, but my style doesn't really invite that. You get like, and this is a thing. I'm ready for anything. Someone will echo. I'm ready for it. But you might get disruptions more, or a lot of newer comedians they make this like someone might say that it's not necessarily a heckle, or you might invite something. I might ask the audience a question, and they give me an answer, and I'm going to have a joke. Whatever answer they give me, I'm going to have a joke for that. So if they go that way, I'll say this. If they go that way, I'll say that. Or I could be spontaneous as well. But not really. Can't really think of one. I remember like the worst death I had was when I just started. Which I've been going about a year. I was about 9 months in. I can't remember the exact time. I've been not going long, and I've done a competition, Jonglers in association with the Sun, Comic Idol. It was a national comedy competition, and I come runner up, and they signed me, Jonglers at the time, and then they give me like 10 gigs. I was still a new comic. I only had about 5-10 minutes material. So I've done these these middle spots, open spots with them, and I was doing really well. Then I come to one near the end, and I died on my arse, just couldn't connect with the audience. Because back then, I had my sort of set, and I was very one-dimensional because within the experience. So I just had my set, and it was good, but they either like it or lump it. Most of the time, they liked it. But this one, they weren't having none of it. So I thought I'd come back. So I spoke to them. I said, I had a rough gig then. They said, all right, don't worry, you're back there again in 2 weeks. We're coming to watch. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to, like, really into positive thinking, and I'm going to do well. Went there and just fucking died even worse. And it wasn't a case of them not laughing. It was they weren't just laughing. They just started talking amongst themselves as if I weren't even there. That was painful. And I remember I had a bottle of water on the stage. It was only a small, and that went over. I can hear it. I can still hear it going glug, glug, glug. That was my worst experience. But part of the process, you're gonna,
and you always take something out of that, don't you?
Yeah.
You know, I strap yourself in for this one.
Yeah.
I got booked to do a skinhead festival, right, and they wanted me on the stage to do 45 minutes, you know, of me comedy magic and all that.
Yeah.
I was on a Saturday, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
This festival started on the Thursday. Skinheads, they've been drinking, whatnot, doing whatever, drinking whatever. And I got there. It was in, I can't think where it was now, near Bristol or something. And I turned up, and everyone was like off their nuts and that. I was thinking, fuck me, how am I going to get away with this? You know, how is this going to happen?
Yeah.
Anyway,
drugs and
comedy, everything, mate, everything. So I was on the stage, had my headset on and everything.
Yeah.
Got the first laugh really quickly, really quickly, and I thought, here we go. Here we go. Done this trick, just about to come up to the main bit, and then all of a sudden,
What? Mike went. Oh no!
And people can't hear me, and they're like, and I'm thinking, looking around, going, what the fuck's going on here? I said to the person, mate, new batteries are in here, everything, and of course, then they're getting the ump, right? And then this geezer in front of me, he was the only one who dressed up like he looked like he'd just come out of a fancy dress competition, and he was fucking Jack Sparrow. I don't know what the fuck would possess him to come out like that. And I'm getting heckled by him. Oh, wow. And I'm thinking, my life must be really bad at the moment.
What was he saying? Do you remember?
Shit and bollocks, all that, right? Yeah. And I'm thinking, he's making his own language up here. Yeah. What is going on? And then he's shouting and stuff, and he's like, you're not very good at this, are you? I was like, listen, son, I'm a Magic Circle member. Don't you worry about that. Yeah. Weren't you on the Jeremy Kyle show? Did you get the right results? You know, but then I find that...
So is the mic working again now?
He's right. He's so close to me that... No, the way they done it out, rows, seating for this, right? Probably the first 3 rows could hear me.
Yeah.
Everyone at the back's like...
Yeah.
This, right, but then he keeps wanting something, and I'm like, mate, I've already fucking smashed him out the park with the Jeremy Kyle thing. And then I said, you're the only one here who's dressed up like fucking Jack Sparrow. And then people got that, and then the mic come back on, and I was like, right, let's start again from the beginning. And he's like, no, I'd rather you didn't. I was like, fucking listen, mate. And he got to the point where, you know, I always give it like one heckle, give it back, second one, yeah, but then it's the third, the fourth, and you're making it just about him. It's just a show for him. You know, he wants to be part of it. It gets worse. So halfway through this trick, and he I think all of a sudden I could hear him say the bloke's a bit of a cunt anyway. And as soon as I heard that, it just switched me a bit, and I took the mic off and I walked off the stage. I just said, look, mate, if it ain't for you, just go back to your tent and drink your fucking special brew. You know, you haven't got to ruin it for other people.
Yeah.
And not only that, there was fucking kids sitting next to him as well. Yeah. Right. Anyway, so I carried on. Next thing you know, some woman went up to him, said something to him, and he's left. Thought nothing of it. After my set, I've walked around and I've gone to get a bottle of water and whatever and see what was going on before I went back to my tent, and he's come up to me, and I was like, here we go. And he went, I thought you were really funny, mate. I really enjoyed that. And he was just like, oh God, you were brilliant. And I'm thinking, fuck me, these drugs must have kicked in. Like, do you even remember watching it and all that? Anyway, so I fucked it off. Went back to my tent. My phone goes off. Right, I had to get a flight. I had to be at the airport at 4:30 in the morning. Right, my phone went off at 1:45 in the morning.
Right,
I answer it, and it's this geezer who's heckled me. Don't know how he's got my number. Right, like I know I gave a business card to someone who I don't know. They wanted to inquire about something, so he's got my number. Right,
yeah.
He doesn't think I'm on the site. Still, he thinks I've gone. Yeah. He thinks I'm at the airport, so he's giving it the Billy Big Bollocks on the phone.
Oh, was he?
Mate, I thought, okay, so I've put the phone down, and then I've gone to... And then I've clocked and gone, fuck it, hang about. I ain't getting mugged off by this cunt. So I'm walking around the campsite, right, looking like fucking, what's his name, Liam Neeson in Taken. I'm like, I'm going to find this geezer. I found him, right, and he's by a campfire with all these mates, right? Yeah. So I've got my phone out, and I've called him back. Yeah. And I said, you're only giving it the big one because you know I'm at the airport now. He's like, yeah, we'll come back then. So I've put my phone down and I've walked out.
Fire, stabbed him 8 times, fucked off. Brilliant.
You've heard about it, didn't you? That's why I can't go back. But he completely fucking bricked it because he didn't think I was there.
No.
Long story, but that was the worst heckle I've ever had.
Fucking hell, yeah, to phone you and all. That's wild.
Mate, mental.
Pissed him off. I don't know, I think if I get anything like that, I try and what's the word? Try and keep it,
calm it down before it gets
because the thing is as well with me, I look big and horrible.
So when I said that, I hope you didn't take offence to that.
I know what I look like. I mean, if I'm on stage, I have to be a bit careful because I don't look like a bully. Like if you got an act on, it's a little like nerdy little geezer on someone heckled. He went, shut up, you CUNT.
Yeah.
Everyone go, hey. If I said, shut up, you see, fucking hell, mate. You know what I mean? So I have to be careful how I sort of treat. If I get anything like that, I sort of treat it in a sort of disarming way. First of all, and sort of try and I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll try not to set myself up for that sort of thing.
No.
A lot of my stuff's very quick fire as well, so they don't really get the opportunity. Or yeah, you have little put downs. They might shout something out, but the trouble is, some of them, if you ignore them, they might just go away. You know, like if we're out having a drink and then someone's being a pest, if you just ignore them, and they back off. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes but if it's a problem, a lot of the time you might be in the middle of a bit anyway, so you don't really want to be disrupted. I mean, you're ready to come in and out of it if need be, but someone says you might, or go, all right, shut up, mum, or like just a silly little thing. Do you know what I mean? You try not to create I remember when I first started, I wasn't experienced to deal with this. Like someone, because the thing is, you might be doing a joke, you might tell a joke, and I might go, God, that was funny, wasn't it? Or might we go like, we're in the audience here, and go, oh yeah, that was you at Brighton, wasn't it? And I remember I'd done that when I first started. Someone, and I just slammed them. They weren't even heckling. I just looked like an idiot. Do you know what I mean? I sort of lost the crowd a bit for that minute or whatever. But that's like comes with experience. So that's the point I'm being. It might not always be an echo. It might be. See, with your instance, I wouldn't. Like, it's a technical issue. It weren't your fault.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
But he was.
You're going on there and you're dying on your arse and they do it, and like in that instance, the mic's going, what do you want me to do?
I couldn't do fuck all of that.
Yeah.
And they, like as I said, they put new. I still to this day haven't got a clue why that happened, because they put new batteries in. It was switched on, but it's just something happened.
Yeah, anything can happen. All sorts of things have happened before. I've had it like mics cut and anything. You got to be ready for anything. That's my philosophy in life and all. So,
what do you think of the state of comedy at the moment? I mean, I find it whenever I go on. You know, it's one of them things. It's a blessing and a curse, I think, social media. If you go on there and you're just promoting yourself, brilliant. But if you go on there and you start reading other shit, it's can end up going down a hole.
I try not to. I just try and focus on myself. And I love comedy. I'm on Instagram, Lenny Sherman, and I'm on Twitter, but I don't really get a lot of traction on there anymore. I find Instagram's my main focus. I've got stuff on TikTok. I sort of put it on there and just leave it. I don't scroll through TikTok. But I remember when I went on Instagram, I purposely set it up so I just follow like comedy, positive thinking stuff, boxing stuff I like. And there's nothing political or anything like that. I don't want that in my feed, them sort of vibes. So it's a good vibe, and so I use it. I am actually. My account was private. I've only just opened it up to public. So I'm trying to get my numbers up. Just recently, I've started putting a few sketches on and stuff. So like Facebook, I was on that, which they're all good for like promotion and exposure. But then I got with my fiance, and then we're about 4 or 5 years ago now. This was just like. Who's this? Who's that? Who's that? And then she come off it and I'll come off it. It's just a lot more quieter. And I don't want to get into stuff with people. I've had it on my Instagram. I put some stuff on there, and I put one on recently which was quite provocative, taking a piss out of like a far left dad, and there's a few little comments, and I'll either like have a little joke or just. I tried to be reasonable. There's one of them, because if you comment if people like, if you see my videos, put comments, it creates traffic. I just learned this. So you just see people like, why are they getting involved with people? But if you can you ain't got to get involved with people. Just put a comment, oh, this is funny, well done, mate, and I'll put thank you, and then a conversation that builds traffic in. Apparently, I've just learned this. So it's good to get a bit of conversation underneath your posts. What was the point I was making? Yeah, so anyone who's a bit negative, I had a couple come up there. So I'll either put like something witty. I would never explain myself to someone. You know what I mean? I've done this joke taking the piss out of a far left dad, and this someone's come on and said, "Oh, it's fun to make," saying it's racist or something basically, which it wasn't. And then I thought, I'm not explaining myself to these people. A lion doesn't play with sheep. Do you know what I mean? And they're just like, so I just delete it. Fuck them, mate. Just move on. And not only that, I remember before, I've had it before, I fell into the trap on social media before, getting into stuff with people, and it's ruined my day. I've been with my doctor, I'm thinking, what have they said? What have they said anything back? It's quite, and you don't, and it's not good vibe. It's not the energy I want in my life. It's not a good look if you're putting yourself out as a professional, which I do. I try and be professional. If I do 100%. Gigs, I'm always on time, I'm polite, and I don't try not to be any problems. I don't want to be aggy with people. I don't like falling out with people anyway. And it's just, everything. It's just, I don't know.
I get it quite a lot, mate. You know, and I'm one of these people. And my missus, I mean, Belfast girl, she's fiery at the best of times, right?
I can imagine,
And she used to have Twitter, but she took herself off it because she was constantly fighting my corner, and she was fucking great at comebacks. She was better than me at comebacks, mate, I'm telling you. But I always put stuff up, right? And it's positive. It's not me coming across arrogant, just putting me... Now and then I do tricks, and then I'll have a little... I play up to the fact that people think I've listened to Underworld once, and all of a sudden I've bought Definitely Maybe.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Oasis ain't even my favourite band. I love them. Probably went a little bit over the top on the reunion last year, but the Jam are my favourite band.
Okay.
But people see me here, and so I play up to it. Right?
Yeah, of course.
I play up to it. I bought the reunion last year when they had like an Adidas collaboration. I bought the track top, I bought the bottoms, I bought the jumper, I bought the shirt underneath.
Yeah.
Fucking went for it.
Yeah.
So I put a video up saying, "Oh, the missus says we're going out for a meal. Wear something nice."
Yeah.
I've done a video of me putting this up, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, look at his fucking Barnet, look at this, look at that, look at this silly fuck. But I can't leave it. I wish I could. I wish I could, mate.
Yeah.
But I have to say something because these people, you know yourself, you walk past them on a day-to-day, they wouldn't even dream of saying what they say to you on the street like they do on social media.
That don't bother me. Yeah, that's why I just delete it. I wouldn't want to I wouldn't have people disrespecting me or mugging me off. I just delete it, and I'm not. You can't.
No,
there's a lot of reasons. You don't all right. Say you got into a big thing on there, and then you end up having a row with a geezer, for instance, which is highly unlikely anyway. But say you did, and then you're sort of leaving a trail, grassing yourself up.
100%.
So you got
100%, mate.
It's number one. It's just you don't want to get into all that. Just delete them and move along.
It is.
But you're always gonna. I think you're always gonna get, no matter what you do, you're always gonna get. And some people do it for attention. That's sort of like what they crave. So it's best to just ignore it. But it's good that they it's bringing traffic to your thing. So it's quite good. I don't really think too much about that. I'm just
I wish I'm trying to switch off now but there is some that do hit a nerve, and I'm like, you bastard. Don't
bother me. It's going to come with a territory. I'll plan on keep growing, and so you might get. It's funny, the video you're talking about that is online, my stand-up set.
Yeah.
And I'm not being flash right. It went really well. I mean, it got really in the comments, got amazing comment. People really got positive. It, and there's you got the odd one. Said a complete opposite. It's like really bitter and mad for whatever reason. I found that comical. It's like it was just I didn't get into it. I was just looking at it. You know what I mean? It was on the Comedy Unleashed page, YouTube channel as well. It weren't on mine, but I was looking at the comments, quite interesting, and and it's like you got really good feedback. People really got the comedy, what I was doing. Because what I do as well, in my stand-up, not really my online presence, on my stand-up, I play a lot on my stereotype, how people stereotype, like what you were saying about the bit where I was saying, a lot of people think I look racist. I think it's because of my skinhead or my behaviour. So I'll do a lot of stuff like that where I play with that stereo.
Just use it to your advantage, the way.
And it's just what it is. My stage persona, he sort of runs on two parallel. So the stage persona, he's an idiot who thinks he's one of the good guys. That's why I've called the show One of the Good Guys. So he's that's how I write a lot of my material, but also sort of come out of it sometimes, a bit like a director's commentary, and sort of commentate on my set. So, and it's like, I've never had any problems with stand-up. Like, comedy savvy people get it. See, I'll do a joke. I'll tell you one joke I do because it helps to make my point. I say I'm a very politically correct, sorry, woke comedian. No, we don't say politically correct anymore because someone found it offensive. But no, I'm a very woke comedian. Just the other night, I'm out with me gay, black, Asian, Jewish, disabled, feminist, binary, non-binary, bi-binary, cheerio binary, transgender, pansexual, gender fluid, gender neutral, and vegan friends. We all went ginger bashing. There's a little bit of irony there for the purists, or a little bit of bigotry for the people who don't understand irony. Now, with that joke, the comedy savvy people get the irony of that joke. Some people just laugh, ginger bashing. But it's an ironic joke because originally I've rewritten that joke so many times. Originally it was, I'm a very politically correct comedian. Just the other night I met with my gay, black and Asian mates. We all went ginger bashing. So when I started doing stand-up, I noticed like comedians go, if they said anything about black people, Asians, Muslims, people go, ginger people, fucking fine, say what you like about them. And I thought I didn't think that was fair, right? So that the joke is because sometimes people go, I'm ginger. I said, I'm actually sticking up for you. My daughter's ginger, my fiance's ginger. Do you know what I mean? And it's an ironic joke. That's what I'm saying. That character, my persona, thinks he's being woke by going out and beating up ginger people. If you take it literally, that's sort of like how I write a lot of my material. So that's on that level. He thinks he's woke by beating up ginger people. So he's an idiot. See my point, right? And then the tag after that, I've stepped out of that character and got a little bit of irony there for the purists, because it's an ironic joke, or a little bit of bigotry for the people who don't understand irony. So sort of like underlining a bit like this is just a fucking act. They're just jokes. It's like I know what I'm doing. So it sort of like puts me little flag in the ground. Do you know what I mean? Rather than just like you do get people going, yeah, fucking ginger people, fucking this, fucking that. But it's not what I do. So yeah, it's funny how that joke has evolved over time, and it's sort of grown. A lot of people, their jokes grow with tags on the end. But I sort of got a lot of tags at the beginning, and it's just sort of expanded. And and I love doing that joke. And it sort of sums up a lot of what I do. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
You got a favourite venue?
Not particularly, to be totally honest.
Let me spin that then. Is there a venue out there that you would love to perform in and have your own headline show?
Oh yeah, the Apollo.
Yeah, it's got to be in it. Yeah.
I always wanted to play like a 2-tier theatre, or 2 or 3 theatre. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Sorry, develop a speech impediment halfway through the podcast. And so I always wanted to do that. And then I managed to do that. I was support act for what's his name? Clinton Baptiste. You remember Phoenix Nights?
Oh, fuck me, brilliant.
So I support act for him, and I've managed to do that. I might have done it another time as well since, but on a small. I've done it a few, but yeah, I always wanted to do that, and I've done that, and that was great. Which is not but I believe in myself, and I've got big visions and I want to go as far as I can. I'm not like you got to believe in yourself, and I work very hard.
I love that. I love that from you, because you have got to believe in yourself. When I started all this, I used to say to people, true story, when I was at school, I always used to have a deck of cards with me, and I was practicing. Yeah. And one day, this teacher took these cards off me, threw them in the bin, and said, "You'll never get anywhere with a deck of cards."
Oh, wow.
And that stuck with me. But I'm my own biggest fan. You know, when I first started it, if I was to say to people, one day I'm going to go on tour with bands, you know, I've done it with Weller, Libertines, like the list goes on. People will be like, fucking wise up. But I've done it because I believe in myself. And my mum, my dad, my wife, they all believe in me. And the same for you. You believe in yourself. No one's going to stop you. And let me tell you, from what I've seen, I honestly, it's only going to get fucking bigger, because when I was sat down and watched that show of yours,
no, thank you, brilliant. I appreciate it. I mean, comedy's my passion. I do it. I live and breathe it. I'm always writing. I'm very disciplined. I've got an acting agent who was like a sort of comedy agent. I've been with him 6 years, and then last year I thought I need to be doing more stand up. It was just over before, so I'm now been with my stand. So I've got a stand up agent and an acting agent. So they focus on my acting, and then the stand up focused on the stand up. So I've been with my stand up agent since like about this time last year, and it's just really growing. And I'm just getting myself out there. And I think a lot of it, you need to get more followers on social media, then you can get a following and tour. Cool. And I'm doing a show, and it's getting about a bit. I've done like Leicester Festival this year, Glasgow Festival. I'm doing Brighton Festival, a couple of other little ones. Then I'm doing my show at the Museum of Comedy in Bloomsbury, July 25th on a Saturday, and then I'm doing Edinburgh Festival for 2 weeks, and then so just keep ploughing through.
I think you'll do really well in it.
No, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm doing my best, having a go.
Mate,
very disciplined. I love what I do, and you got to find your passion, ain't you?
Of course you have.
Do you know what I mean?
100%. From what I've seen on social media, you come across really well, mate. And again, that ain't me just saying it to you because you're sat here. Because I said to the boys all before, I said, mate, get on this bloke here, because it is so. I find it hard these days to find a comedian or someone funny that I think this is fucking brilliant. It's so different.
It is a craft. It's something I work really hard on, and I've studied a lot. You know, it's not something that just falls into your lap. You have to work hard at things, and it's sort of coming together a bit now. I think when I done Comedy Unleashed last, and that video come out, that was just over a year ago, maybe a little bit longer, and that really like blew up. That one, that's a full like 20-minute set as well. So that's it's sort of carrying on from there. Because I was lucky because they're a good venue and they filmed it really nice. So I didn't have nothing online prior to that. So I'm sort of at a point now, just getting myself out there. I travel all over doing stand-up all over the country. I've been abroad doing it as well, but more like last week I was in Wales, like West Wales. Yeah. I'll go all over the place, all around the country doing it. I love it.
You played any of the stands up in?
I've done the stands actually.
Stunning venues, and then you got the Glee clubs as well.
I've done Glee before.
Glee's have got some nice ones about.
I've done Glee before.
Well, what can people expect? You know, they're coming to your show for, all right, let's say 25th of July in London. No one's doing anything. They fancy a good night out. What can they expect?
A good fun show. It's a good fun show. Loads of laughs, a lot of entertainment. Just... What do you think? How would you describe it? You tell me.
I mean, listen, from what I've seen online, I would go there with an open mind and just enjoy it. And I'm actually going to think about coming down to that.
Yeah, come.
I will. I'm thinking about
come here, and
No, I was thinking about flying down with the missus for that because, as I said, I've shown her the videos, and it's one of them
it's going to be a good night. It's a good show. It's a show I've been working on. It's been going well already. It's not a work in progress. It's in good shape. I'm always like trying to make it better as well. Sorry if you haven't come. It's quite provocative. I think that's a fair way of putting it. Quite edgy. And like very working class geezer orientated. So it's like my stage for me, he's like working class, big, intimidating. He thinks he's one of the good guys, but he's an idiot. But he doesn't realise he's an idiot. That's where like a lot of the comedy lies. And a lot of like good gags and stuff. Good, but it's been going really well. People seem to enjoy it. You enjoy it. So
I do, mate. And as I said to you, I'm not one of these people. If I didn't enjoy it, I'd just, for starters, you wouldn't be sitting there.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is. I believe in it because same as you do. Because I've seen that you did something about Tiger Woods. I think I saw, didn't you?
Right, little sketch
and then you pulled a blade out or something, and then you were like, "Come on, then, kids!" And fuck me. He just sent me.
Yeah, that was quite.
That went well, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. And then I've done another one soon after, which had a Stanley knife in it as well. I was like, blimey, all these sketches.
Well, listen, mate, we're in London, mate. You know what I mean? It's like a credit card and knife these days. I need to do a
few more like that. It was just silly. Like that was quite silly, dark comedy.
And people like that.
It was just funny. It weren't like just pulling a knife out for the sake of it. It was like it had a meaning. Just funny, wasn't it?
Of course,
it's fun. It's like comedy.
So you've got that coming up. You've got Edinburgh. You've got Brighton.
Yeah.
Where else? If people want to come and see you and they're not about for the 25th of July,
have a look on my website. It should be up by then. As we record, I'm currently getting one done, so I'm gigging all the time. But ideally, come to the 25th of July one because I need to sell the tickets. They're going all right, but let's get it banged out.
And if they want to follow you, Instagram,
Lenny Sherman.
And what was the other one?
I'm on TikTok. Lenny Sherman 318, I think, but you'll find me Lenny Sherman. And
we'll have all the links.
Twitter, Lenny Sherman at Len Sherman. But yeah, Instagram's where I'm mostly busy though.
We'll stick all the links underneath, mate, because and I wish you every bit of success with it, mate, because as I said, I mean, I'm looking forward. I know I'm in Spain, I think, for 2 weeks, beginning of July, but I might say to the missus, come on, let's have a bit of this.
Yeah. Or, who knows? That's what's planned at the moment. So after that, who knows what'll happen? Mind you, I'm doing one in Doncaster on the 3rd of July. Have a look, the Doncaster Little Theatre. If you're up that way, that should be on their website. I think it's about July the 3rd, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, on a Friday night, but it'll be on their website if you're up that way. Yorkshire, does this stretch that far?
We go all over
Global.
the place. We're international, mate. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah.
Oh, Indonesia, everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah. I'm doing the Edinburgh Festival in August.
You ever played Belfast?
No, I'd love to play. Love to go.
All right, leave that to me.
Watch this space. Yeah,
Watch this space. But listen, thank you so much for coming down.
Thanks for having me,
I've really
mate.
enjoyed chatting to you, mate. You're an
Appreciate
absolute
it.
gentleman, and I wish you all the best with everything you've got coming up.
And yourself.